Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview covering VCT America Stage 2 before said event. For this occasion, I have here with me johnqt once again, the IGL of Sentinels who are coming off of a elimination in the group stage of Stage 1 but looking to bounce back in Stage 2. So John, really appreciate you taking the time once again for this opportunity. And yeah, it's been some time since we've last seen the Sentinels appear on the VCT America stage, having had plenty of time to rest and just reload, recharge, and all that stuff. So, how have you and the team kind of been spending your break since end of stage one?
After not making it to playoff, we kind of took a 2 week break. Everyone just did their thing. We also went on a little vacation and just made sure to like reset, kind of like just start fresh. And we just had the 5 weeks of practice straight, and we are at the actually we had four. This is the fifth week, so that's it. Just getting ready for the next split.
Yeah, it was shown plenty of times on the social media feeds from Sentinels about how you guys went to Cancun, Mexico. I mean, first covering that, I mean, how was that trip?
Very very fun trip. It was nice to go out with the boys. Even though sadly Tyson and Gustavo couldn't come. It was a very cool experience. Shout out to Sentinels for sending us. They're the best, and it was a much needed break. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And I mean, plenty of people kind of been covering this team from the start of season up until now, myself included. I've been able to talk to a few of your teammates, including yourself, during the season. And then one of the biggest things that kind of affected the team during stage one and of Masters Madrid was just fatigue and just had you guys not having enough time to kind of recharge and just kind of bounce back from in such a very tight knit schedule. So, how do you kind of look back on the teams just showing in stage one and how fatigue and just being in a pretty rough schedule kind of affected you guys uh, uh, as a whole?
You said how did the fatigue impact us?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, I mean, definitely it did impact us a lot. We were just not ourselves, and I feel like we kind of we were just going through the motions. It felt weird to like go from like a masters event and like some visa problems to like instantly play, and especially because we played the same patch too. There wasn't like anything new, so like I feel like a lot of team catched up and also like improved, whereas we just like stayed in the same place and like regressed. And it's like always harder to like kind of like innovate when the patch is not like doesn't get changed. Like it's changed now, obviously. I think masters teams now have a will probably have a better chance or like I have better chance to compete now that the patch is like changed and like everyone is on the same starting level. But yeah, I mean we also didn't deal with it well. I think it was just a good experience. To be honest, if it was like to be repeated, we would be like way better. I think a lot of us just didn't have the experience of like going far in a master and like winning it and like you instantly have to play and like we just didn't deal with it well, so we just learned.
Had you kind of looking over at yourself specifically, John? You know, the fact that you kind of had to wait a bit of a while to kind of finally arrive at the team, and no joke, you literally show up, I believe, on the day of the event or on the day of the first match for this team in first stage. You can correct me if I'm wrong there, and just having
It
to
was the night
from there.
before. Yeah, it was the night before.
Thank you so much. How did it kind of affect you in particular, not just focusing on yourself and not the rest of the team, just only you?
Yeah, I think it affected me a lot. Like I hate to make excuses and like obviously it's gonna sound like an excuse, but I feel like I was for the 100 Chiefs game, I was like kind of like weirded out. Like it was like a weird feeling, but we still won 2-0. But I feel like I kind of like felt the tiredness in the live game. I think like leading up to the live game, I already I really felt bad. Like I was super super bummed out, and because we also I think I arrived Friday night, and we had a match against Henry Chief Saturday, and we started practice Sunday. So and I was like super jet lagged, and I don't know. I just like the whole week, like going up to the match, I felt super not well, and I think it kind of showed. And it was like a very important game to win for us. I think it mattered a lot at the end. I think everything mattered at the end, even like even if we took a map from Leviathan. So at the end of the day, like can't really like change the past. Just I just had to learn from it, and like it was a good experience at the end of the day. I'm sure I'm gonna be at one point in my career where I'm gonna be in the same position, and I'll just use the knowledge I have now.
You know, it felt like it was just a cascade of things just kind of building on top of each other, right? For this team, just on that front, you're just only fatigue, right? Does it feel like also?
Yeah, I feel like just a combination of everything. Like it was like a cascade of like us like playing a lot in the off season, then like going all the way in kickoff, playing a lot in Madrid, then like having visa issues and like people getting sick, and obviously like we're like Sentinels, and like everyone everyone has eyes on us, and we were winning, so it was just like a combination of a lot of things. Yeah.
And what do you think that the team has been doing, in terms of practice and just exercises and all that stuff, to kind of avoid having to deal with the same issues that you guys experienced stage one? Going a little bit into that, what do you think the team has been doing to kind of emphasize that avoidance of exhaustion and fatigue?
I mean, we had we've had 7 weeks of no competition, so almost 2 months. So I'm sure like if someone is exhausted going to the game, there's an there's a big issue. I think everyone is like good now. Everyone is fresh. Everyone has the right mindset. We just want to win and have fun. And obviously, like sitting at home and watching the other team play is like the most painful thing I think I experienced lately. It was very difficult to be like, well, we deserve to be there, but we're not. And just like watching teams, so like everyone on the team doesn't want to like repeat the same mistakes and like sit at home while other teams compete. So everyone is planning to do good.
There was a sentiment going around within the team, within the fans, about how, the team being as it was in stage one, would it be best for them to just kind of not make playoffs and just kind of have this time to kind of recharge and just miss out on Master Shanghai, just focus on the rest of your time on making champions and doing well there. I mean, I'm sure you've been I'm sure you were aware of that kind of sentiment and that kind of discussion going
Yeah.
around this within that team. How do you kind of look at that kind of juncture and everything else of that nature?
I mean, I thought about it. Obviously, I guess I was more like, well, maybe this is a blessing in disguise. When we didn't make it to playoff, I was like, this is gonna be a good opportunity to rest and like reset for champs, which is like the biggest tournament at the end of at the end of the year. But I'm not gonna lie, when playoffs started and like Madrid and the teams were playing, I was like, I don't wanna like forget about resting. I just want to play. Like I felt like super restless. I just want to play, and I feel like I don't know. It was weird, especially for me, because I was like I started my tier one career in such a like an insane way, like very high. So like I don't know. I'm not. I guess I'm not used to losing. Like my expectations got super high because I won regional and I won masters in literally my two first months in tier one. Then I lose in groups, and it was like very difficult for me to accept, I guess. And yeah, I don't even watch any playoff games or like Shanghai like live. It was just hard to kind of sit there and watch, but it's a good feeling, so I can like give it my all in these next games.
Going a little bit ahead to just the team's upcoming schedule, now for this occasion, you're going to be facing off against the teams in your respective Group Alpha. For stage two, I mean, first and foremost, two-part question. What are your thoughts on just the team's upcoming schedule going against the likes of G2, NRG, Cloud9, Drew, and then in addition to that, who do you kind of look at as your toughest opponent in your schedule?
Uh, I mean, Obviously, we had obviously like our group is stronger than the other group. It was very tight. Like I think we had teams that are like 5-1, 4-2, 3-3. Like it was a super tight group. I'm sure it's gonna be like even more difficult now that like uh kind of like this is like the last term of the year and people need points for champs, they need points for playoff, stuff like that. So it's gonna be very difficult. Like every team, no team is guaranteed anything. So everyone needs to every match is like a must win for everyone, and it's gonna be definitely interesting. And yeah, I think every game is a must win for everyone, and I feel like anyone can win against any anyone in this group. To be honest, like whoever shows up in the day will win. There is no clear favorite.
Fatigue was the biggest issue. Everything else that going off of what we've been talking about so far in this conversation was fatigue and exhaustion, just having to deal with the schedule that kind of affected the team in stage one. What do you feel is going to be the biggest issue that will face the team in stage two?
Mm, I'm not sure. I guess I think I don't think we're gonna have much fatigue since we've rested a lot and like everyone just wants to play. So that's out the window. I think we just need to make sure to like play like ourselves. I think I think a lot of maps or like matches we lost are just like us like kind of not showing up, like not being there, like starting slow, like not just not playing like to the best of our potential. So that's definitely something that we need to look out for and like make sure we just come with the energy and the passion that we show. Because I feel like our best like there's no team that can beat us, but I feel like a lot of times we kind of beat ourselves.
One more question that I want to ask real quick before the end of this conversation. NRG first opponent going up against FNS, a pretty well regarded IGL returning to the stage after some good period. I mean, what are your thoughts on just facing off against him?
Obviously, as a guard IGL, he's achieved a decent amount in his career. I'm just like I've always wanted to play against him. I guess now is my chance, and yeah, I guess we'll just see. I don't think this is much of a me versus FNS kind of match. It's just Sentinels against NRG. Like everyone in the team, the coaching staff, like anyone can make a difference. So we'll see. It'll be definitely a very hyped match for sure.
Definitely a banger. That one that everybody will be looking at the start of of stage two. John, thank you so much for taking the time answering all of my questions. And yeah, best of luck goes to the team, but most importantly for yourself at the start of the season, man.
Thank you. Have a good one.